Police in Central California find themselves in the midst of a violent crime wave. At first, the deaths appear unrelated, but detectives uncover evidence that points to a single killer. In Virginia, women start turning up dead in their own homes, and it appears a sadistic serial killer is to blame. But until police can identify a suspect, they remain powerless to stop him. When there is no obvious connection between victim and killer, solving a murder can be difficult. But forensic experts can play a vital role in exposing the predator who chooses random targets. In this episode, some of the names have been changed. California's central coastline is famous for its rugged beauty and isolation. But in the early 1980s, the city of Santa Cruz became the backdrop for a series of violent crimes. On April 23rd, rescue workers and police responded to a call about a vehicle found burning along a rural mountain road. The car had been burning for hours and was completely destroyed. To authorities, it appeared to be the work of vandals. But a closer inspection revealed something far more gruesome. A human body, burned beyond recognition, lay in the front seat. The victim was removed and transported to the medical examiner's office. Investigators searched for clues but found no signs of an accident or engine trouble. A tag check revealed the car was registered to 20-year-old Mark Farrell, who lived less than a mile away. Detective Sergeant David Deal oversaw the investigation. The lack of an obvious cause of fire was troubling. There was no crash and no reason for the car to ignite on its own. Police hoped the autopsy would offer answers. With Detective Deal present, forensic pathologist Dr. Richard Mason examined the victim. X-rays revealed several bullet pathways through the chest and a probable gunshot wound to the head. The heat of the fire had destroyed most ballistic evidence, except for one bullet embedded in the chest. Dr. Mason, a gun enthusiast, recognized it immediately, a .38 special wad cutter, a heavy, deeply penetrating bullet. Dental records confirmed the body was Mark Farrell. Police questioned his mother, who described Mark as a well-liked engineering student with no enemies. He had left work around 2 a.m. after a normal shift. Security video showed nothing unusual. The case quickly grew cold. 2 months later, the peace of nearby Laguna Beach was shattered. The bodies of 2 young Asian men were discovered on the beach, shot multiple times in the back. In the pocket of one victim was ID for a man named Chek Chin from San Francisco. The second victim had no wallet, but keys nearby led police to his car, belonging to 30-year-old Han Lee. Fresh tire tracks nearby were collected with plaster molds. The unusual double homicide deeply troubled police. The victims were autopsied, and Dr. Mason recognized the bullets identical. 38 wad cutters like those used to kill Mark Farrell. Ballistics confirmed all 3 murders were linked. The bullets appeared to have been fired from a rare Great Western single-action revolver. Detectives searched for a connection between victims. In San Francisco's Chinatown, they learned the 2 men were restaurant workers who had taken a day trip. They had no gang ties and no enemies. With no connections and no suspects, police feared the killer would strike again. A year and a half passed. Then, a break. Dave Bonin told police his daughter Lynn was being stalked by her ex-boyfriend, Mark Cunningham, who had bragged about killing 3 men. When police approached Lynn at her workplace, Cunningham was nearby. She revealed that on the day of the Laguna Beach murders, Mark had disappeared briefly, returned breathless, and she thought she saw a gun. It was the exact location where the victims were found. Cunningham was arrested but denied everything. Lynn told police that he had confessed to her, threatened her, and later disposed of his revolver. Police matched tire tread marks from Cunningham's former truck to the tracks at Laguna Beach. Lynn led investigators to the area where he discarded the gun and buried. Under debris, they found a rare Great Western revolver. Despite rust, ballistics confirmed it was the murder weapon. Cunningham was charged, convicted, and sentenced to life in prison. Richmond, Virginia, the Southside Strangler. On September 19, 1987, a car was found abandoned with its engine running. Police traced it to Dawn Doyle's apartment. Inside, she was found strangled with a ligature made from a sock, shoelace, and vacuum pipe. She had been sexually assaulted. Hairs found on her body came from an African-American male. 2 weeks later, another woman, Dr. Stephanie Harrison, was found strangled in her home. She, too, had been bound, assaulted, and tortured. The scenes looked identical. Biological evidence showed the killer had type O blood. Police realized they were dealing with a serial killer. 2 months later, 15-year-old Dawn Chang was found murdered in Chesterfield County. She had been raped, strangled, and marked with a painted figure 8. Her parents slept in the next room and heard nothing. Desperate, detectives searched for similar crimes. In Arlington, several unsolved rapes and murders from 1984 matched the May. A suspect emerged, Timothy W. Spencer, arrested in 1984 for burglary, suspected in earlier rapes, and recently paroled to a halfway house in Richmond. His sign-out dates matched the murder dates. He was arrested. A search found no direct evidence except a drawing of a figure 8 on his bed. Hair analysis matched him to multiple scenes. But the breakthrough came from a new technology, DNA profiling. DNA from 4 murder scenes matched Spencer with odds of 900 million to 1. He was charged with 4 murders, convicted, and later executed. The first U.S. execution based solely on DNA evidence.